Hello, good evening,
Hello,
sir.
ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty well. How about you, ma'am? I'm
I'm
Helen
doing
Arty.
well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking me.
Okay.
Yes, so good to see you for another session.
Yeah, same here. Actually, we are meeting after a long time. Actually, I think you are opening your list slot. Right.
Not really. I've had the same number of slots, sir. It's just that it may have been a little challenging for you to book.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right. But nonetheless, we are here to have another great conversation, right? Okay, so how are things at your end?
The things are up to the mark, sometimes
Hmm.
below the mark, but
Okay.
but by and large,
Mm,
it is going
mm.
good.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. That's great. Wonderful.
Mm.
Nice to know that. And any plans or resolutions or goals for the new year?
Actually, I had planned in previous year that
Mm,
I'm gonna learn
mm,
data science and AI
mm,
in 2025. So this is
mm,
kind of plan I have for New
mm,
Year.
mhm,
And by September and October, I will complete my
mm.
this course.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add one skill in my resume.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
That's great.
Apart
Wonderful.
from this, apart
Mm,
from this, I am
mm,
here and I
mm.
want to be fluent and I
Right.
want to enhance my communication skill.
Right. Great. Wonderful. Any other plans that you have for the year?
I don't have
Mm,
many thing in my bucket list, but I would
okay.
love to. So once in a year, I visit Mount
Mm,
Abu. So
mm,
already I have planned for that,
mm, mm,
and I'm gonna visit on
mm,
20th of
mm,
January,
mm,
and I will be heading.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and
Mm,
so once in a year, I visit my
mm,
native place.
mm,
But this time, I have told my father that.
mm,
I will come a little bit late because
mm,
I'm going to attend some class,
mm,
and
mm,
so there'll be some late.
mm, mm,
So by
mm,
October in Dasara, I will be able
mm,
to
mm,
reach out there.
mm. Okay, fair enough. Great, wonderful. So you're already on your path to achieve one of the
Mhm.
skill that you decided to work upon it and you started last year itself,
Yeah.
right? That's great. Wonderful. Nice to know about that, sir. And let's hope everything rolls in your favor.
Till now,
Hmm.
all things are in my court,
Hmm.
and I'm deciding everything
Hmm.
for my life.
Hmm.
And let the situation come. What
Hmm.
would be next, actually?
Hmm. Hmm.
But these things I have in my hand actually,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I think I shouldn't be worried about consequences.
Hmm.
And
Okay. Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I think
Hmm.
we should always
Hmm.
keep on doing great work. And I think
Hmm.
everything we should leave on
Hmm.
time on God.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yes. I
Mhm.
think we should try our level best for
Mhm.
whatever is in our hand, and the rest should be left for the universe to
Yes, yes,
decide
yes.
the result of it, right?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, okay, great, wonderful. So tell me, Mr. Sanjay, what would you like to have conversation about today?
Anything, ma'am.
Anything?
I cannot stick with one topic. And
Mm.
if you want to talk on any topic, so I will be able to talk.
Okay, great. So we can go ahead with our session topic that has been assigned.
Sure, for
So
sure. You
today's
can.
topic is biometric,
Mm-hmm.
biometrics or biometric. So if you're okay with the topic, we can get started.
I'm okay with every topic.
Any topic. Okay, great,
Mhm.
wonderful. So let's get started. In your day-to-day life, where are the situations or places that you have noticed there has been usage of biometric?
So in my company, actually, before 2009, where I was working,
Hmm.
So there was kind of a biometric setup,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, we used to get our attendance
Mm.
in such a way,
Mm.
and whenever we used to approach company and
Mm.
in the morning time, in the evening time,
Mm.
so we used to use a biometric system,
Mm.
and we have to press our thumb, and
Mm.
so at that time we were able to get our attendance,
Mm.
and so every time we had to clean our thumb
Mm. Mm. Mm.
at that time, because that was very
Mm.
sensitive,
Mm.
and so
Mm.
every time we had to clean our hand, and if
Mm.
your
Mm.
hand uh,
Mm.
is dirty,
Mm.
so
Mm.
you won't be able to get your
Mm.
attendance.
Mm. Right. Basically, the thumb impression is supposed to be very clear and it should match with the pre-existing one,
Yes, yes, yes.
right?
So
Mm.
initially we used to get problem, but after
Mm.
some time
Mm.
we were
Mm.
able to, and we had become habitual
Mm.
for this system.
Mm.
And when I left that company and
Mm.
joined this company where I'm working right now in
Mhm.
2009, so
Mm.
we don't have that setup, but we have punches system,
Mm.
and we are not using this biometric system.
Mm. Mhm.
And but my associates, those who are working under me, and they are
Mm.
using biometric system.
Okay.
Even though they are able to see their faces on the screen,
Mhm.
whenever they will press their thumb for
Mm.
biometric,
Interesting.
so
Interesting.
at that time their face
Mm.
would be
Mm.
appear on the
Mm.
screen.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Great. So, you have been very familiar and you have been comfortable with biometric, right?
Yeah, but it was tough for
Mm.
somebody, because
Mm.
it was easy for me, but
Mm.
they were
Mm.
getting problem. Most of the
Mm.
employees were
Correct.
getting problem, and
Right.
uh,
Mm.
and they used to get late. Actually, they used to get late
Mm.
for
Mm.
doing all these things, because
Mm.
uh,
Mm.
it
Mm.
happens sometime your hand is not that much clean,
Correct.
and
Yes.
it
Yes.
require
Mm.
cleanliness.
Mm. Right. Correct. I think another very close situation that this
Mhm.
biometric reminds me is when we are scanning our boarding pass at airport. Now with the advanced system, right? So even though it's not exactly the biometric form, but when sometimes our boarding pass takes longer time to get scanned,
Mhm.
I think our heart starts racing, isn't it? Or we just hope to clear the gate without
Uh,
any hassle, right?
yeah, actually,
Mm.
you told that heart racing. So today my heart was racing, because uh,
Uh,
there was incident,
oh, okay.
and
All
in my
right.
company today, and
Mm.
there
Mm.
was one mock drill actually.
Okay.
And safety person came to our plant, and we had a mock drill,
Okay.
and we
Mm.
were
Mm.
more or less 10
Mm.
employee,
Mm.
and
Mm.
my boss was sitting
Mm.
out there,
Mm.
and they were observing actually,
Mm.
and
Mm. Mm.
so we had been assigned for a role
Mm.
actually.
Mhm.
So and so actually safety officer had
Mm.
written every
Mm.
employee's name on
Okay.
sheet paper, and
Okay.
we had to
Okay.
pick out one slip,
Mm. Mm.
and
Mm.
that role we had to perform actually. So
Oh, okay.
I got
Mm.
I got the role plant head actually. So
Okay.
in front of my boss, I got a plant head role. And
Okay.
so, so they were performing good.
Mhm.
Those who had got safety officer and
Mm.
hospital person
Mm.
and plant in charge, but I
Mm.
was
Mm.
their plant head.
Mm. Okay.
and it was kind of prestigious role I got at
Right.
that time,
Right.
and
Yes.
so
Mm.
I had to perform like plant head.
Mm.
So
Okay.
when my turn comes at that time, so
Mm.
my heart was
Came.
racing.
Okay.
Came, yes, my heart was racing,
Okay. Mm.
and I have been practicing English
Mm.
far more than one and
Mm.
I would say I'm going to complete
Mm.
1 and 2 months. So I
Okay.
thought
Mm.
this is the perfect time to use
Mm.
my
Correct.
skill. And
Correct.
if
Correct.
I
Yes.
am practicing, I have been
Mm.
practicing, and if
Mm.
I
Mm.
will not use my skill
Mm.
here,
Mm. Mm.
so
Mm.
I won't be able to.
Mm.
I
Mm.
won't be able to. Actually, I won't be able to get rid of this
Mm.
fear.
Correct. Yes, you're right.
So I
Mm.
thought that whether it would be right or wrong, but
Mm.
I'm gonna
Mm.
speak in English only
Mm.
because
Good. Good.
I was given that role, actually
Mm.
plant head.
Correct. Correct. Yes. And considering you were the lead, I think you were
Yeah,
expected to explain it to other members, I suppose.
right, right. So my
Mm.
job was to observing the
Mm.
things,
Mm.
how they are performing,
Mm.
and
Mm.
they were under me actually. So my job was, and so I had to ask that what is
Mm.
going on,
Mm.
what is
Mm.
precautions are you taking,
Right.
and is there any casualty?
Mm. Mm.
Is the things are normal?
Mm.
So
Mm.
so
Mm.
by and large, at the end of time, my
Mm.
performance was good, and even
Mm.
those who was safety
Mm.
officer, he told me
Mm.
that
Mm.
all performance were
Mm. Mm.
below the mark, but
Oh no.
the plant head,
Okay.
but the plant head performance was up to
Good.
the mark. It is
Oh.
kind of commendable because
Okay.
everybody was using
Okay.
Hindi language, and I had
Yes.
used
Mm. Mm.
English because
Okay. Mm.
being a planted, I
Mm.
was bound to use
Mm.
English.
Correct. Correct. You're
And
right.
what
Mm.
was the my role? And I had performed well.
Okay.
So they were
Mm.
amazed and they were
Mm.
flabbergasted at that
Okay.
time.
Mm.
And after listening to that comment, um,
Mm.
I was over the moon.
Mm. That's good.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I made some mistakes,
Mm. Mm.
but
Mm.
I'm quite satisfied that I
Mm.
was able to
Mm.
utter in English in front
Mm.
of my boss.
Right.
And so such types of
Mm.
satisfaction I
Mm.
had at that time.
Mm. That's good. I think what you did was a wonderful thing, right?
Mhm.
Wherein uh, there came a situation where you were expected to speak in English or convey your idea in English. And instead of backing off, you
Yeah,
decided to take that step. So that itself is a wonderful thing, right? And also because you got a clear feedback
yeah,
by
in
the
front of
person.
all, and he has
Exactly.
given feedback that plant head role was up to the mark. Even he has written in report that
Right,
yeah,
right.
plant
Yes.
head his
Mm,
communication and his
mm.
performance was good.
So that's good, right? So far, not just the sessions, but your effort have paid off, right? Of course, you
Yes.
may have had a few glitches being created, but that's
Yeah.
okay. At least you overcame
And
that and you
I
appreciation.
know where I did
Mm. Mm.
mistakes.
That's good. You were
Uh,
able to spot that
mm,
as well. That's
yes,
wonderful. Great. So
because
you
my heart was
yeah.
racing, and
Mm,
actually,
mm,
and
mm,
I was a little bit down in the dumps at that time.
mm. Correct. Yes, of course, you would feel that.
Having
Mm,
said that,
mm,
I performed.
mm. That's great. Yes, it does happen because suddenly when the spotlight is on us and we are
Yes,
expected to present or convey it, right? So
yes,
automatically there is a pressure being created upon us that we have to
mhm,
do well, or we
really.
set a bar, or we raise the bars too high for ourselves, right? Yes, great. So you'll have to give me 1 second. I would
Yeah,
request you to just give me 1 second, please.
sure, sure, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sorry, there was an unexpected interruption, so which is
It's
why
okay, ma'am.
I
Mhm,
needed a
mhm.
minute. Yes, all right. So coming back to the biometric, right?
Actually, I
Yes.
was out of the track.
No worries. The whole idea is to make this
Yeah.
conversational, right? And you shared a wonderful thing about how
Mhm,
you overcame
mhm,
a test. So that's a good thing,
mhm.
right?
But why
Okay.
it happens when it
Mm,
comes to speak
mm,
in front
mm,
of
mm,
those who are superior than you? So
mm, mm,
heart races at that time,
mm,
and
mm,
out of
mm,
sort you feel. So
mm,
it happens. But
mm,
I think if I will keep on telling in this way, if I will
mm,
keep on
mm,
performing in this way, so I will get rid
mm.
of this
Correct.
um, habit.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I think this happens even when we might be prepared in the most solid manner, even for a presentation, right? So, if we take a look at it carefully, that we may have prepared for every slide with additional points that we would like to explain or share. But if we notice carefully, we may miss out on them, right? The
Right.
major reason being that we would be sharing in front of an audience or in front of individuals, and it is quite, I would say, not so easy
Yeah,
sharing
actually
in
those who
front.
are
Mm,
uh, uh, and those who are magnificent and those who
mm,
are
mm,
flamboyant,
mm,
even though they are making mistakes, and
mm, mm,
it is kind
mm,
of natural thing.
mm.
And
Right.
but those who are doing on daily basis,
Mm,
so uh,
mm,
I think it happens sometimes piece of cake
mm,
for them.
mm. True. For some, yes, it seems like a piece of cake. But
Mhm.
I always believe that everyone would have gone through this phase,
Mhm.
right? So nobody is born confident, right?
Right, right. Mhm.
Okay. So if you were asked,
Actually, I should have
mm,
used
mm,
eloquent. This word was proper at that.
eloquent,
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 eloquent
yes,
speaker. Yeah.
eloquent speaker, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
That's fine. All right. So, if you were asked to have a preference, so would you be comfortable with biometrics or the old system of having passwords or some other form of, the process which seemed simpler? So, which one would you choose and why?
So when I used to use biometric,
Mm,
so initially I used to get problem, but after
mm,
some time
mm,
it was easy, and
mm,
I was not getting problem.
mm,
But
mm,
it is kind of sensitive machine,
mm, mm,
and
mm,
you have to be more conscious about your
mm.
cleanliness.
Mm,
Uh, and in my company,
mm,
sometimes my
mm, mm, mm,
workers face such types of problem.
mm,
So
mm,
mm, I think more appropriate is punching.
mm,
Actually, what we
mm,
use right now,
mm,
uh, uh, mm,
mm,
we have to just show our punching card, and that
mm,
will sense, and
mm,
that will blink,
mm.
and we will get our attendance. So
Okay.
that is the most appropriate thing.
Mm,
Mhm.
right. Fair
Mhm.
enough. All
Mhm.
right. So, along with the concept of biometric, there comes chances of misusing the data, right? Or comes certain cyber crime issues, correct? So,
Biometric, yeah. So
mm,
biometric
mm,
at
mm,
the time of when
mm, mm,
actually when we were going to have Aadhaar card.
mm,
So at that time,
mm,
they had taken our
mm,
fingerprint
mm, mm,
and as a biometric test,
mm,
I
mm,
suppose.
mm,
And at that time, we had used our fingerprint.
mm.
And apart
Okay.
from that,
Mm,
uh, I haven't used my fingerprint for any other
mm,
purpose.
mm. Right, of course. It's
Mhm.
not whether you have gone through any issue, but
Mhm.
along with this comes a very dangerous and popular issue, which is deep fake
Deep fake.
AI, deep fake
Okay.
AI. Are you familiar with this?
Today I have
Mm,
learned, I have
mm.
seen in the
Yes,
session note
yes,
about deep fake, but I
yes.
don't have that much ideas. What is
Okay.
this?
Okay. So deepfake is basically where, with the use of AI, people misuse the images or videos of celebrities or of anyone, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
So the technology has grown in such a vast manner that people now tend to use certain images and videos, right, in the most unexpected places, and it creates a lot of trouble,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
what do you think about this, or if you have ever come across any such issue on social media platforms or anywhere?
Uh, 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 it didn't happen with me, but
Mm, mm,
those those who have faced such types of problem,
mm, mm,
so it was disheartening for them,
mm, mm,
and many times I have listened that
mm, mm,
they had used
mm,
their identity,
mm,
and
mm,
they were
mm,
misusing their
mm,
identity,
mm, mm,
and they were asking some money, and they were jotting down illegal messages, and
mm,
they were spreading,
mm.
and when the person got to know it is
Mm.
happening in Facebook and media,
Correct, correct. Mm,
so he was taken aback,
mm,
and
mm,
mm, suddenly he has written that my identity has
mm,
been
mm,
stolen by someone,
mm,
and
mm, mm.
so I'm
Or
not
the
that person.
profile has been hacked, or
My file
they
has
have.
been hacked,
Mm,
and
mm,
so they have deleted
mm,
their identity, their
mm,
user ID and password
mm,
from Facebook.
mm, mm.
Such
Right.
types of incident I had listened.
Mm. Right. Yes. These cases have been very prevalent these days, and people tend to misuse the
Yeah.
images and
Mhm.
videos of people who would have never involved themselves in such
Right, right.
cases.
And if
Right?
what would be that person,
Mm,
the person who is following his
mm,
spirituality,
mm,
and so I am a spiritual guy. If somebody
mm,
will
mm,
hack my identity, and
mm,
if he will post a futile
mm, mm,
picture, and
mm,
he will write jotting
mm.
down some uh,
Correct.
fake messages. So what would be my
Yes.
uh, I
Yes.
would say, what
Mm,
would be my image in front
mm,
of
mm.
person?
Right.
So we have to be
Correct.
more conscious, but I shouldn't be worried. And
Mm,
if you are in right way, so I think
mm. Yes.
God will help you.
Mm.
Who is
Correct.
sitting upside, he will take
Mm.
care of you.
Correct. Yes. I think the solution may take a bit longer time, but nonetheless, we will find a way to tackle with it. Right? Great. Wonderful. We had a great conversation around this, I hope.
Yes.
Right?
And so
Yes.
I
Mm,
actually,
mm.
so you were right,
Mm.
jotting down many things.
No, not many things, sir. Only few,
Yeah, so
which
you
I'll
can
be
tell me.
sharing it with you.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, firstly, I would have mentioned this in previous sessions as well.
Mhm,
You
mhm,
are a great speaker, and
mhm.
I must say the pace at which you speak, it's very clear and measured, right? So, you take your time and share your ideas, which is a great thing, right? You don't seem to be in a hurry or in a rush to convey all your ideas.
Well, actually, I was in a hurry at the time of presentation in company. What I told you, I wasn't in a hurry. Even
Mm,
who doesn't know the
mm,
proper English, so he was
mm,
speaking quite good. The one of
mm.
guys actually,
Okay.
and but because
Mm,
he was cool and composed
mm,
uh,
mm,
that time, but I
mm,
was in a hurry, so
mm.
I was making mistakes.
Hmm. Right. That
Mm.
could have been one of the possibility, like I mentioned, is that when there is a sudden spotlight on us to say something, and when we are not prepared, chances are yes, that there will be
Okay.
change in the way we are speaking, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
If
yeah.
I am not prepared for something, and out of the blue, if somebody tells me to come and speak about someone or something, so for few seconds or even for few minutes, it might be evident, right?
Yes. So
That I'm not
if the
prepared.
things are coming out of the blue, so
Hmm, hmm,
for that, how
hmm,
can we prepare ourselves at that
hmm,
moment?
hmm.
Mm.
Right. You you will never be always prepared, right? But if there are some more situations this way, I mean, I'm not sure if you would be hoping to get into such mock drills, but if there are many such events,
Many
or
times I will get chance
yeah,
actually.
hmm,
Yeah. In
right.
future, yeah.
Yes. So in that case, if you're given an opportunity to volunteer for it, I would tell
Mhm.
you to go ahead.